Here with Woodrow's, I think we called him the Swiss Army knife, Elijah Waller, last time we talked. You've done pretty much everything, and that's kind of how it's worked out, hasn't it?
Yes,
You
sir.
played a lot of positions. Talk about the season to this point. You guys are 3-2, midway point. Talk about what it's been like.
I mean, it's been ups and downs, but all in all, we're still a family, and we still come out here every day to work. And, we have those losses to look onto, for examples of what we shouldn't be doing and how we shouldn't play. But those losses don't dictate who we are.
One of those was the Huntington, a very good team, a deep team, a state championship team, obviously. This week you got another team that's been in the top 8. I think they were as high as 3 last week before they lost their game to Hurricane last week. So you guys are both coming in, you and Princeton both coming in after the loss. What are your thoughts on this game coming up?
I mean, it's going to be a good game. Only thing we got to do is go out there, play ball, and, we'll come out with the victory. But if we come out there not trying to hit, not trying to do things that we're supposed to, as fundamental as possible, it's going to be a long day.
I know you're a guy that takes defense seriously. For a defensive back, you must enjoy the games where you got to go. Last week, it was Wayne Harris. This week, you got maybe the second best receiver in the state, in Dom Collins. Talk about the matchup with Dom.
I mean, it's just another matchup to me, honestly. I don't really look at those people as, like, star players or anything, not to downplay who they are. They're good players and all, but at the same time, they still got to come at me,
What was it like last week with Harris? I mean, obviously they've got a lot. Like I said, they got a deep team. Princeton does too, but talk about the matchup with him. Like I said, these are two guys that are kind of highly recruited guys.
I tried to get the one-on-one matchup with him, but it didn't happen as much as I thought it would due to them playing in the slot.
Yeah.
So, I honestly had to try and arrange, to where I could possibly get the closest matchup I could on him, but it wasn't as good as I.
They're kind of giving you the business, like your teammates. Talk about the Princeton matchup, not just the offense and do you play both sides of the ball? Talk about your offense going against Princeton defense. What do you have to do?
Come out there and perform. Get the ball in the playmaker's hands, and we're going to make plays.
On the other side of the ball, is it a lot of people think just if you can somehow neutralize Collins, is it that easy? I mean, they've got a lot of weapons.
Not for sure. They have a team just like us. You try to stop one of us, somebody else is going to pop off, But we're not focusing on just stopping Dom Collins because they have a whole offense. There's 11 guys on the ball. We have to stop everyone who's going to touch the ball. That's our main goal. Not to let them get into emotion to where they could just keep going and keep going.
Talk about the progression of your own quarterback, Devin Richardson. There's a guy he's really come on the last couple of weeks, or last couple games, last 3 games, especially since Bluefield.
With each game, he's getting more confidence and more comfortable in the pocket, on the run, no matter what it is. He's being the best quarterback that he could actually be right now.
Do you feel like you and Elijah Redfern was kind of giving him the comfort level? Now he's starting to spread the ball out a little bit more, which is probably what you want in an offense. But you feel like you guys gave him a comfort level early where he could get comfortable to get to the point he's getting to, and it's going to, even get further down the line?
Yeah, I mean, we're just here to help guide him for next year. That's all we are here for. We're examples for next year, so that everybody could step up. And next year, there's not going to be me and Redfern. It's going to be a lot of new faces,
right?
And with that being said, him getting comfortable throwing the ball from many different positions, it just makes him better in the long run. Because honestly, I think we have one of the top quarterbacks in the state. He could sling it. He could read a defense.
You told me you think he's going to be a star, even probably get better at the next level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What makes you think that?
Because of his work ethic right now. You could determine a lot off of a person, how a person works.
Prepares.
Yeah. Right after the game on the bus, me, him, and Redfern was talking about coming back here out Saturday morning.
Did you guys do that?
We was back out here Saturday morning. We wasn't out here, but we was on the soccer field.
So you were throwing.
Throwing, and me and Redfern going against each other, trying to better each other for the next week.
Have you guys done that all year, or is that just something you wanted to do this week?
Oh, that's something we've done from, honestly, the start of the summer.
every Saturday morning.
Every day if we could. Every day if we could.
You Street said you play a lot of positions. I think you've even lined up a quarterback this year. So has it gone about like what you thought it would?
Oh, I mean, I've let myself down in a couple games, you know, because I didn't perform to what I expected. But you know, as long as
you have a hard time talking your teammates into that one. I think you played pretty well across the board.
I mean, that's what they make sure to tell me that every game.
Look, I wanted to ask you about your explosive plays in the kickoff game. I think you've got 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns. Let's talk about what that does for a team. I mean, you've really energized the team with those 2 kickoffs, and one I think to start the game.
Yes, sir. It was one to start the season, and another one I think to start the half or something like that.
Right. So,
but, I mean,
what do you do? How does one become a good? I mean, obviously, some of it's speed. How does one become a good kick return?
Honestly, it's vision. It's vision. There's gonna be people flying from everywhere, but once you see that little crease that you know you could get through, that's when you.
Is it chaos? Is it like chaos when everybody's coming from everywhere?
For sure. But whenever you growing up playing football, that's all it is, chaos. You know, as a little kid, it's as organized as you could try to get it.
Right.
But it's still going to be a lot of chaos going on.
You see, Elijah Waller likes chaos. And the more chaos, the better.
Yeah,
it seems like the more chaos, the better you perform.
Because, I mean, up front, we got I ain't going to lie. They set blocks. They're going to set the tone. They're going to come out and hit you. We're not going to.
What's it like when you see that crease?
As they say, off to the races. Off to the races. I just try to get to the end zone as fast as possible.
Well, you've done that pretty well. Hey, Elijah, I appreciate the time today, and good luck on Friday night.
Thank you.